Good morning. How goes it? Ah, how's Miss Gob doing this morning? Sleepy. But that's my fault. Oh, what's this? What's this behind me, you say? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just mogging. It's fine. Deep voice, honey, always a pleasure to hear. I guess, does my voice just get deeper in the mornings? Sorry, that's my breakfast. I'm moving it around. I guess it might just be a little bit deeper just because that's how I do warm-ups. I have to warm up my throat, especially on Saturday morning streams. The funny thing is that's not even like my abnormal register. Off stream, I speak a lot deeper. Well, maybe not a lot deeper, I shouldn't say, but in my lower register. Because I'm low energy. My voice is raspy in the morning. I don't really know what a raspy voice is. It the same as a husky voice? Is it similar to a husky voice? Sounds like I'm southern southern music video. Oh, okay, that kind of rasp. All right, all right. Also, good morning, Gecko. Good morning, Mad Dog. Good morning, Myth. I hope y'all are doing well. I made peanut butter and honey toast this morning. Nice and simple. Have you heard of heavy smoker talk? Oh, yes, I have. Okay. Okay. Interesting. To be fair, whenever I hear a heavy smoker talk, I usually give them like a like an accent, like either a French accent, weirdly enough, or a country accent. And that's just because that's what I've been exposed to, you know? Not the French accent. That one's just funny. The the southern accent because my uncle extremely heavy smoker. Like as long as I knew him, he was an extremely heavy smoker, and he's got some one of the strongest accents I've heard. It's pretty funny. It's pretty. I shouldn't say funny. It was bad for his health. Very bad for his health. But yeah, he spoke in the like the front of his mouth too. So. You name it, I've got it. I got family that do it. I got a family that gone to prison apparently. So funny. I hope they're doing okay. Jeez. Oh, let us posture check. Thank you, Myth. And Myth, thank you for the breathe and hydrate, and Meta, thank you for the earwiggle. Let's go. We all have family that's gone to prison. That's just a given. Everybody's got that family that's gone to prison, which is quite alarming when you think about the number of people in prison. But anyways, the prison industrial complex needs to be dismantled. And it's morning time, so it's time for art. Little bit of earwiggles. Oh, oh, what? Casually dropping more and more honey. Look. Listen, is it really a honey stream if I'm not dropping lore in the middle of random sentences like, ah, yes, I love scones. Anyway, my cousin went to prison, and my sibling had a child at such a young age, and now he's my nephew. And I'm the eldest. I mean, I have a relative that burned down Georgia. What the? Got that rebel blood in me. Wait, y'all didn't know about the relative that went to prison? Every once in a while, it's good to remind people. For any reason? No, just because I can. Just because I can. Let me get some Stardew Valley up in here. I love me some Stardew Valley. Me to watch me be Let me know if this is too quiet or too loud on your ears, you know? Want to take care of my little guys. So good morning, be French. And Drago, have a good time with your food. Enjoy your food. You adorable ankle biter. What are these teeth for? They ain't just for show. So you know the guy who burnt down Georgia in the Civil War? Yeah, I'm related to him. Grandpapa or uncle, perhaps. Families are funny that way. A little bit of hydrate. Thank you, Myth. Oh, that's the wrong water cup. That's yesterday's water cup. I gotta wash it. Yuppie. Normal honey stream. All right, let's draw the cute little meme face. It reminds me of that time my cousin burnt down a hospital for insurance. Oh, I love this song. Yep. Yep. That's me, baby. Feeling good, stretching my arms. Breathe. Good morning, Fatal. Good morning, Alec. This sounded like the shrimp from Shark Tales. Did my voice really go that high? Did my voice really go that high? What are we doing today? I'm gonna try the shape exercise. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but I think a shape exercise would be good. Mainly because I can show y'all how to do a shape exercise. I'm just getting a little screenshot so I can post on going live. Doodlin. I love shapes. I love icosahedron. What is a shape exercise? Well, I'm glad you asked because I will explain it. So, here's a bunch of expressions I have done. These were just fun. Oh, I forgot. I forgot how many references I have. But we are going to do shapes. Let me scooch my mic a little bit. There we go. Music is a tad abrasive. Gotcha. I can turn it down a little bit. Because it isn't that bad? Well, if it's abrasive, I can always change it, you know? Oh, here's a good one, actually. No, not that one. Ooh, okay, that's a later listen. We're gonna Hades soundtrack might be a later listen. There we go. Oh, good morning, jams. Music is giving me crop growing PTSD. My parsnips. I do love Hades. I'm excited to, because Hades 2 I think is getting an update, so I'm really, really excited for that one. But yes, so in case y'all do not know what the shape exercise is, that's okay. I will explain it. It's not a very common exercise, but it's a good one for your brain. All it is you're gonna make random. So that's actually not a good one to start with. We're gonna create a bunch of random shapes, kind of fill the space. My brain went, Amogus. I drew little bogus. I drew 2 of them. Maybe a little bit rounder at the top. Something like that. Just gonna fill in the space. So that's about 7 shapes. And you draw something within shape. Yep. You draw something within the shape itself. It doesn't have to be particularly complex. It can be kind of whatever you want. I'm probably going to do poses. One sec, I'm just warming up my arm a little bit. It's a little, the line art's a little, Just getting the motion into my shoulder because that is important. Don't want the motion to be all in my wrist. If it's all in my wrist, that's a risk of carpal tunnel. There we go. Hades. I was thinking Hades Town, both amazing. I still haven't listened to Hades Town. I've heard it's good. Draw squiggly blogs, make something in it. Got it. Pretty much, yeah. Middle one looks like an amogus. It does. It does. So it can kind of be whatever you're feeling. There's really no wrong way to do it, I think. The idea is just to stretch your brain a little bit and make poses that are not just standard straight on or three-quarter poses. Good fun for all ages and skill levels. More for brains than drawing skills. Yeah, exactly. Move it down a little bit. Everything is Among Us if you draw it sus enough. Isn't Clip Studio paid on sale right now? Ooh, let me check. CSP. Ooh, yep. Let's see. Version 4.0 is 60% off. That's pretty good. Honestly. And you have 2 days to grab that particular deal. So for those of you who don't have a drawing program and you're looking for the cheapest version, it is $23. So that's pretty good. And that's a one-time purchase. That's for the perpetual license, meaning you buy it once and it works forever. So that's pretty good. The EX version, which is what I have, currently is $180. Still one-time purchase, but has a few more features if you're into it. For most people, I would just recommend getting the cheapest perpetual version because it's version 4.0, which is a very good version from what I've seen, and it's only 23 bucks. So yeah, go check it out. If you ever gotta wash my face feels nasty, go ahead. Enjoy washing your face. Feel clean. Oh, I'm free from using Krita. I've heard good things about Krita, but I've never used it myself. Hmm. Good morning, Leon. Krita's not as straightforward as Clip Studio. Oh, okay. Hmm. Tempting, but I can't because I may have fallen behind on my CSP versions. That's fair. If you want to upgrade or just get the latest version with the most updates, then version 4.0 is $23. So if that may be your thing, I recommend checking it out. My lines are all scratchy because I'm warming up. Also, hello, Dustodon. Welcome in. You doing shape study or just doodles? Just doodles. This one's to warm up my brain. I'm sort of putting people into shapes. And then we're going to refine these in a little bit. This is kind of to get more diverse shapes into my art. Right now I'm just drawing random shapes and trying to make some sort of image with it. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's a heat wave where I'm at, so working as hell today. Somebody please trigger a nuclear winter so I can stop suffering. I'm so sorry, Jasper. Make sure you're wearing a hat and sunscreen and drinking a lot of water and staying out of the sun. 3-inch Grinch, thank you for the gifted sub. That's very kind of you. Good morning. Chill stream today? Yeah. Very nice, relaxing stream today. How am I going to make the legs here? Do a little bard playing. A little bard posting in the mornings. Thankfully, I don't work in directly in the sun. However, the trailers I work in are basically microwaves, so there's a little difference for that than a hat that would make it worse for me. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That's rough. Oh, chill as always. Yeah. You do a little running pose in here. Black Tiger, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 months. Welcome on back. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Also, Devil Morning, thanks for the hydrate. Skippity had to go. Skippity had to know. Whatever the kids are saying now. Heat wave here too. I got a temperature sensor on my Dyson fan saying it's 35 Celsius, 68% humidity. What's 35 Celsius? One sec. 35 Celsius. Pretty sure that's very hot. No, I'm not looking for colors. Celsius. Oh, 95. Jeez. Please be careful. Please be careful. What's the formula to make it Fahrenheit? There's math to it. Multiply by 9, divide by 5, and add 32. What an interesting formula. Also, cool. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. Pleasure to see y'all. Let's see, you're just chatting? Nice. Cool. Welcome on in, raiders. Good morning. My name is Honey. I just started stream. We are currently doing some warm-up exercises where we are drawing poses into some random shapes I have drawn. But welcome. I hope you're doing well. We mostly do art and play from soft games right now. Right now I'm in the middle of a Dark Souls 2 playthrough. But today, it's Saturday morning for me. It's like 9:40. So we're chilling and taking it easy. What were y'all up to? How was your stream? Cool. Slothboy, thanks for the posture check. 0 being different complies to the formula a bit. Yeah, we were just talking about how to convert Celsius into Fahrenheit. And it is multiply by 9, divide by 5, and then add 32, which is such an interesting formula. I don't know. Celsius seems to make sense since 0 is the freezing point. Yeah, we're at the same time? Same time zone, baby. Same time zone. But cool. If you have to head out, absolutely no worries. I gotta get something to eat, but I'll lurk in the background. Hope you have an amazing day. Yeah! No worries. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Absolutely take care of yourself. Stream can take it out of you, so get something to eat, chill. You're more than welcome to come back and lurk as much as you please. Also, Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Cool. I get the Peter Grill vibes. Peter Grill vibes? Scratch that, let me rephrase. Wouldn't lose the brushes, text fonts, etc. from the previous versions of CS Paint if I switch over. Oh, so not necessarily, Artie. There is a way to transfer your old stuff onto the new Clip Studio Paint, especially if it's, I think if it's tied to an account. However, that is something you'd have to look up, like how to convert old brushes from CS Paint 1 into CS Paint 4. That is something you might have to do a little bit of research on. Jasper's right. Also, you can keep hard backups. Hello, Steez. Good morning. How are you doing? Let's see. What we do with this? Should we just do like a cowering pose here? Little coward hiding. I think that's a good one. I think that's a good little pose. All right. We can start with this and then clean them up a little bit for the warm-up. OTL kind of pose? OTL? What's that mean? I can't. I keep sneezing. You might be allergic to something, whether it be the weather or something else. I'll see what I can do, and thanks for the advice and suggestion. Yeah. Good luck. I hope if you do stick with what you got, it keeps working, and I hope that if you upgrade, that the transfer over works well. Good midsummer. Is it midsummer? It's June 21st. Okay. Okay, it's midsummer. Ah! Okay. That's fine. Today's Midsummer Day. Homie, I just woke up. I just woke up. I haven't even had my toast yet. Let me take a little bite of my toast, since it's midsummer and it's not even midday. Midsummer is celebrated because the summer solstice. Okay. Marambo, thank you for the breather team. Midsummer. What snack? This is breakfast. It's peanut butter and honey on toast. I thought it was June 24th. Midsummer solstice. Oh, this summer solstice is today. Okay. So is the summer solstice like the longest day of the year? Breakfast or Latino breakfast? Oh, that sounds good. So today's the longest day of the year. Okay. Always plan chano, crema, frijoles. Frijoles are fried tomato or fried potatoes, right? I could be wrong though. Bean. Gotcha. Okay, fried beans. Spanish for beans. What's Spanish for potato? Oh, good bean. Oh, Tata's is potatoes. Okay. That's what I used to say to my nephew. Whenever I wanted to give him to give me something, I'd be like, Tata, Tata, can I have it? Tata. I'm used to it being Papa. Oh, like potatoes? Papa. Now I'm thinking of papaya. Mmm. Papaya. Yucca is delicious. I haven't tried yucca. Or yucca. Mm. I like papaya, but specifically green papaya. I like green papaya. In Mexico, tata is the word for grandpa. Really? Hmm. Yeah, no, look. So have you ever had like papaya salad? You can go to pretty much any Thai restaurant and get papaya salad. It's really good. But that uses green papaya, which is crunchy. It's kind of like slightly harder cucumber. It's really nice. Yeah, papaya salad. But there's sweet papaya, which is more of a mushier, sweeter, and orange sort of flavor to it. I don't like it. I like the green papaya. I like green papaya. Maybe it's because the first time I had papaya was with green papaya, and so when I had sweet papaya, my brain was like, that ain't right. That ain't right. Big fan of papaya salad. I like papaya salad. It's really good. Man, I've never had papaya. Papaya salad's really good. I like papaya salad that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. It is nice and spicy. In my opinion, a good papaya salad should be spicy, a little garlicky, with lots of lime and fish sauce. And green papaya. I tried making it at home. It's pretty good. I'm not into guava or papaya. I also do not like guava, but it's a texture thing. The flavor's fine. Everything else is kind of eh. Um, Love avocado. Avocado is great. I really like avocado. All right, let's do a little bit of a tight cleanup. Fried plantains are great. Pies are for the real liars. What's liars? That didn't look quite right. Guava just looks like watermelon. Really? You like okra? Yeah, okra's pretty good. I remember the first time I had them. I don't have them very often. The first time I had them, my mom just fried them. Like salt, pepper fried them. And they had like the texture of spit inside them. And that was the first time I was like, you know what? That's not that bad. It's got a good flavor, so it passes. Don't recall the texture of okra, but it has no flavor at all. Hello, Rob's fault. Green fried tomatoes. Green fried tomatoes. Can't do okra? Okay. It seems like the crowd is split between can and can't okra. Just come back when hearing the texture spit and shit. Welcome back. It's pretty good. I think I had okra once. Maybe I don't know. Ricola. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. She's grabbing something out of the water. Okra sounds nice dried like maraca. Love fried okra and boiled okra cooked in tomatoes with onions. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds delicious. Also, hi, Bear. Never had fried green tomatoes. I live in the South, but I'm from Midwest, so it wasn't a thing when I was growing up. I don't know if I've had good ones. I think I've had them before, though. In theory, it sounds delicious. What about fried green beans? I think everyone's had fried green beans, haven't they? I will say I love corn. But what I don't love about corn is how it gets stuck in your teeth. Corn just reminds me of like my childhood. Because when I was a kid, we'd go to, excuse me, we'd go to a shack and they would be selling corn all the time. And my mom would love to pick up corn. We would eat it pretty plain though, honestly. We would just butter, salt, pepper it. Not a whole lot of fancy stuff on it. But it was still really good. The back goes up here. It should curve like this. She dropped something in the water. Like popcorn? Yeah, I like popcorn. Corn's an excellent beach snack. It's really good. You gotta bring floss with you. Fried okra is the best, but I don't mind in other ways. Fried okra is pretty good. I do like it. I think that's the way I eat it. The most common way I eat it. Alright. That's pretty good for a fleshed out pose. We had horseshoe sandwiches, which were kind of mid, but pork tenderloin sandwiches are so good. I'm a sucker for a good pulled pork. Pulled pork sandwiches are just really, really good. They're a sometimes treat. For sure, they're a sometimes treat. You ever tried homemade plantain chips? I haven't tried homemade ones before. A lot of the times I don't make chips just because my brain goes, ooh, that's not good for you. It's too oily. But sometimes that's a good treat. It's delicious. I don't know how to draw feet that well. This pose makes you think of 50s pinups. Ooh, yeah. Maybe that's what we'll draw today after this warm-up, is I'll draw some 50s pinups. That could be fun. This arm is not posed correctly. I think this would have to shrink a little bit in order for it to work. Because if the plane is here, they got to be level. On a cup of hot cocoa so bad, but I cannot do anything today with this heat. Aww. See if you could treat yourself, but yeah, do what you gotta do. If we're talking 50s pinups, I got some great ones too. Ooh, absolutely. Feel free to send them in the mod chat. A little jogging pose. A lot of these are more human proportioned, I'm realizing, than goblin, so that's okay. I'm also not using reference, so the anatomy is a little bit off. But the point is just to warm up and get ideas out. Get the brain juices flowing. So Burnham, thank you for the resub. Happy 23 months. Welcome back. And also, Jaded Hades, thank you for the earwiggles. Looks good is all that matters. True. I guess that to a certain extent, that's part of what matters, yeah. My brain was being a little contrarian when you said that and was like, no, it's the exercise and the warm-up that matters. It's like, yeah, art can have different purposes. And other people draw art for different reasons. Some people do it to expand their skills. Some people do it to express an idea. Some people do it because they want to draw a particular thing and make something good. I cannot really think of any bad reasons to want to create art. I can think of unhealthy reasons, but not necessarily bad reasons. Not like the proportions are that important here. The idea is to get the pose themselves right, after all. Yeah, that's true. My brain's just going discus. Nice to look, Banjo. Hope you're having a better weekend than us, honey. Been burned out all day yesterday, and we had to postpone dinner plans for my brother and his wife's anniversary. EP all around. I hope everything gets sorted and you get to chill and relax soon, because, yep, sometimes that happens with plans. And that's okay. Just gotta be so chill. It's cold where I am, but consider 21 Celsius cold. I'm trying to do the math on that. Times 9 divided by 5. I don't know if that's cold. I don't know if that's cold, though. Jasper, I hope someday I can get a new job with a normal schedule so I can draw along with you. I only want to art when you're arting so I don't feel lonely doing my own art. Oh, I'm sorry, Jasper. I do hope you get a schedule that's more consistent so you can plan more of your life around it. And I do hope that even if I'm not live when you want to draw, you find another streamer that you vibe with too. There are many people doing art. 21 is not cold. At most, it's cool. The usual temperature is 30 to 35. Oh, okay. It's 69. Gotcha. That's I see why you called it cool now. 20 is room temperature. 20 is room temp. Is it? Well, I guess it depends on your room. Cause like, what's my room temperature? Dun 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 dun. Oh, okay. I can see that. Yeah. If 20-ish is room temperature, that's like 70. It's like 60, high 60s. Okay. That's still a little warm. Mm. It's 75 in my room right now. That's a little cozy. Body temperature is 36 to 37, so 21 feels cool and refreshing. Okay. I want to make them read a book. Oh yeah, Gabi's been learning French because of Expedition. She got really into learning French, and so she's been asking me for tips. And so what I've been doing is I've gone to the library and grabbed a bunch of like books on French so that I can sharpen my skills. It's fun. I'm trying to read books that I already know in French so I'm not confused by the plot and I can just pick up the vocabulary again. Book. I love the library. Genuinely, I think the library is one of the best things in the world. One of the most important things ever. You're looking forward to the Fred stream? Me too. Me too. Speak French? No way. I'm picking up a little bit from my OC Talon when I RP here. Ooh. Nice, nice. French is a very interesting language, and you can kind of pick it up at any time. There's a lot of resources on how to speak French, so you will have a lot that you can do. Honestly, this one's already pretty good. Excuse me. And last one, a little bit of Bard posted. French is a peculiar one, that's for sure. It is very peculiar, and as Gabi is learning it, she's telling me about all the weird things. Like, I think there was one, because to me, French is my second language. I've been learning it since I was a kid. To me, it makes sense because I have been practicing it so long, I don't think about things. I don't think about what's an adverb or a verb or an adjective because all of that comes really naturally. It's like the same thing with English, where I'm like, I don't know what an adverb is. I don't know. I know what verbs are. Descriptor words just come naturally, you know? You don't think about the structure because it's part of your language, you know? Plus, if you learn French, you got it easier to learn other similar languages like Spanish. And yeah, yeah, it's mostly just Spanish once you learn that. So honestly, I might want to learn Spanish, but that's a later me thing. A little bit of singing and bard posting. We already have one pretty French speaking goblin. Can we handle two with it? Our hearts exploding? Could be fun. Could be fun. Honestly, having a French conversation stream would be very, very fun. I think it would be good for me to pick up my skills again. So that's why I'm refreshing and I'm learning. I'm also not going to do it without notifying my mods because bringing another language into a stream is always tricky because it means moderating it requires a little bit more attention and awareness. Not usually because y'all are very chill and nice, but it's one of those things that you want to be careful of, you know? Bonjour. That it does. Bonjour. Bon matin. Or salut. There's a lot of greetings in French. I forgot that salut can be used for goodbye and a hello. Kind of like aloha, I think. Salut. Gabi can have a very simple conversation now. It's very fun. So whenever we hang out, she'll greet me with a different thing she's learned, and it's very, very fun. I'm neither chill nor nice. Are you sure about that? Are you certain? Yeah, I don't want to repeat over in the Discord. Yeah. Alrighty. Good news is we're about finished this just in time for the ad break. So let's take a little pause here. Run the ads, and then we'll do some 50s pinup art. I think that'll be fun. So, get up, stretch. I'm going to get up and stretch as well. And I will see y'all in about 3 minutes. And then we're going to get back to art. For those of you who are subbed, you are going to go right through the ads. But for those who are not, I'll see you in a couple minutes. Sorry, my brain was thinking about water. See y'all in a sec. I love French, but it's a bit of a pain to learn. It's not the most difficult to learn, but there are the most, like, gotcha rules, kind of, where a lot of words sound similar and the pronunciation is very tricky because there are a lot of silent T's and L's and sections of words. Already gonna get myself a drink? Let's go! Sounds good, Artie. No, as for me, more particular. Thank you, Simply. Let me get up and stretch. I have my water. I'm gonna take a little sip. Thanks for the hydrate, Mango. Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. Lunch break over. I'll check in when I have free time. Have fun, everyone. Stay frosty. You stay cool, Jasper. And I hope you're okay. Little stretch. Oh, good for my legs. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. The hardest part of French for me is the overlap with Spanish. I keep wanting to use nos instead of nous. Yeah. Nous allons, vous allez, ils, elles, vont, je vais, il va, tu vas. There's a lot of words. It's also like once you learn avoir and être, so to be and to have in terms of verbs, that's when the doors open wide for you. Because a lot of things come back to whether you have something or you are something. So it's neat. Je vais. Yeah. So what kind of art you been up to? I see a lot of cool poses. Good morning, Johnny. I saw you here earlier, but I forgot to say hello. This is just warm-up poses. This is little shapes. We're using them for warm-up and chilling. Ooh, these are good. Myth is sharing a lot of good pinup poses. Oh, this one's fun. That one might be TOS, but still good. These are cute. I think this one's a good one. Those are easy, basically the same as tenir and ser and estar. That, I'm saying them with a French accent, I just realized. There was a pinup meme going around a while back. This one's pretty good. I like this one. It's very cute. There was one pinup meme that was going around. Let's see, not that one. Not that one. It was like a woman in... Here it is. Found it. OC redraw pinup. Also, welcome back from the ads. Do you mean the legs in the air? Yeah, the legs in the air one. I've found the first one. Downsided, there's a lot of like AI generated ones, and I'm like, come on, come on, give me the originals. This was pretty good. This is the one I'm talking about, but unfortunately, I can't find the original, so it's all grainy. Thank you for the look, Artie. Just what it's nice to be here earlier, more consistently again. Sleep schedule all over the place, but I'm getting better with it. I like having a good sleep schedule. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Found it. Crackers in bed. That's what this is. It's the original. Look at that. Look at that art. There we go. This is a fun little redraw. What a phrase. What a phrase, right? Jokes, gags, cartoons, and funny stories that will bring sunshine into your nights. See, that sounds nice. That sounds quite lovely. Let's see. Trying to find ones that aren't AI generated. The problem is, like, I don't quite have the eye for this style, so I don't know. You sound quite lovely. Thank you. What a pose. It's a good pose. Top left, the complete book, meaning there's snippets around the place. It's completed. Crackers in bed sounds like a nightmare. A nightmare to vacuum up, truly. You know what? Let's start with these ones. I like the hanging upside down one. This one's like whimsical and fun. Wasn't the designer behind the original Lilo and Stitch characters a pinup artist? Or maybe that was just for Nani. He was a pinup artist, if I remember. He had a very particular style. Got a cute one for you? Alright, let me check. Oh. Yeah, I think that's like a photo. I don't think that's art, that's a photo, but maybe I'm wrong. It's in the era of like cameras where it had that fun blurry filter and as well as the really harsh lighting. So it makes everything look softer, you know? Do not eat crackers in bed. I've eaten crackers in bed. It sucks, but it's so much fun. Living deliciously. Let's redraw the meme first. See how far we get with that. I would do instead of a squirrel, you're hanging upside down and looking at snack. Look at that, my silly little guy. My silly little fella. You see it's got the prints and photos watermark. Yeah. Press photos. It is hard to tell sometimes. Let's see. It's got a 3/4 up head. I like that. A little very cheeky sort of perspective to it. I like how this art also has, so the thickness of her neck is quite large because when you are laying back and looking down, the thickness of your neck changes because the tendons inside of it. I like how they included that. They didn't just make it stick thin. They made it slightly thicker. Let's see. Then we have a high perspective rib cage. So it's really, really got perspective like this. Got the shoulders. The shoulder here is hidden behind the breast. Okay. Rib cage connects down here. And then we have the legs up here. The knees are about here. Maybe a little higher, but da boobies, da titties, da badonkadonks, da bazongers, da wiggly jigglies. There are many names for these things. Okay, so it crosses over, actually. The downside with this one is I have to draw feet. And I don't like drawing feet. I don't wanna. But it's good for me to practice. It's fine. It's fine. Gotta get the box perspective down. Also, good morning, Tungsten. Very eloquently said. Yes, yes. Got the bicep, and the hand comes up here. The foreshortening on this is excellent. The foreshortening on this arm is really beautifully done. Very, very cool. Just put him out of frame. You can't hide him forever. I gotta get good at them at some point. I can't not improve my skills. I gotta. How else am I gonna grow as an artist? Magazine. I thought it was an ad for crackers. I think it's a book, actually. Like, it's a little pocket book. So it's got jokes and cartoons in it. So that's pretty cool. Want a tip? Want my tip for feet? Sure. Sure. What's your tip for drawing feet? Or when books cost 25 cents? Man. Things really did cost way less in the past. Got the book here. Book covers a little bit of her face. Let's build up drawing. What now? Feet and pinup poses, apparently. Mainly focus on the arc of the feet, making the heel a bit bigger than you think it is, and it looks good. Oh. Okay. Found that learning how to draw feet actually helps for drawing shoes. Yeah. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed learning a new skill will make me better than another skill? Anyway, Tyson, thanks for the breathe deep. You can buy a stick of gum and a sandwich for like $1.50. Yeah. And you got paid like really, really well for the time too, huh? That's rough, buddy. Anyone can draw living things is really impressive. Thank you. I think it's fun. And I think here's the other thing. Anyone can do it with practice. It is not a skill that is limited to people who are, air quotes, born with the skill. Because no one is born with a skill. No one is born a nuclear physicist, you know? You learn. You learn how to do it. Yeah. Here, let me turn these off for a second. That way I can scooch this over a little bit. What kind of lingerie or PJs would I be wearing? Because in all honesty, the PJs I wear, the PJs I wear are t-shirt and shorts. And that's when I'm wearing PJs. It's saucy. The classic shirt and shorts combination. Draw that then? Yeah, it could be fun. The tomboy fit. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so that's what that looks like. Let's do a little refining pass. Let's actually do it on this layer. Oh, there's less layers. Just looking. Interesting. So it's like this. All right, it's very human proportion right now, so I gotta learn how to, I gotta work on pushing it so it's more goblin proportioned. I think the head needs to lean back a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Short neck. Yeah, I shortened the neck a little bit. Kind of slump back a little bit more. You're copying the pose, might as well copy the outfit. True. I could do that. That smells like hell yeah. I'm wearing SpongeBob shorts. Get big again. Legs might have to shorten. Yes, the anatomy definitely has to adjust for this. So for me, my head is, or the design of the head is bigger than the rib cage. So we'll shorten the rib cage a little bit. Got the breastbone. We have the collarbone will probably be here. Move it down a little bit. We have the shoulder bone. That part is fine. And then we'd have to have the hip bones. Make it a cylinder so it's easier to read for me. Probably be like this. The goblin of proportions. Okay, should be a little bit more like that. And then we have this down here. Got the femur. The femur would probably only go about this high for me. A little bit shorter than the pinup would. Would still have the butt bones. Something like that. Turn this down a little more so I can see. Oh, wrong brush. Sadly, I can't use any tech manuals I've read as inspiration for my drawings for reasons. Really? Tech manuals I've read as inspiration for my drawings for reasons. Well, if it helps you learn and you get inspiration from it, you don't necessarily have to show anybody. It could just be for you. Also, good morning, Suchi. I hope you're doing well. Johnny, thank you for the posture check. I hope your throat's feeling good and you're resting. We're taking it real easy and just drawing pinups today. The goblina proportions. Because they cross over here. It's got the calf muscles. This would actually go further back. Yes, military frowns upon tracing drawings of current military equipment. Ah, I see. That makes a little more sense, despite the fact that I know what Seawolf looks like from memory. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder what she's reading. Oh, I have an idea of what she could be reading. I have a couple ideas. sec. I'm gonna turn this off. Create a new layer because I want to get the book perspective here. I see they drew the spine like this. Okay. Probably not a so innocent book. Not so innocent. My brain's in between like How to Kiss Fishmen or Fishman Anatomy 101. Which one is funnier? Listen, I'll do whichever one's funnier. The forbidden material. The forbidden arts. I like a little bit more of a tilt to it. It also showcases the hand a bit better. Because for her it's down here, but because my legs are shorter than hers, probably be something like this. My vote is how to kiss. Vote how to kiss fishmen. Now in French. Now in French. Oh, hey there. How to kiss fishmen. Now in French. I know it's a R, but like a W is funny to me. What kobolds can do for you. My brain, the other thing was like unionizing 101. Let's see. Let's make the ears a little sharper. All right, I think that works pretty good. All right. Unionizing 101 is good too. The main reason I would choose Unionizing 101 is because of how long the title is and how small the book cover is. So I'm trying to think of the short one. Wearing the same outfit as the lady, getting really comfy, about to read Fishman. Perhaps. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to decide what to put on the clothes. Let's see if I were to do the titties. How would they look? Because they would be resting here. Because the ribcage is like this. And they would have something like this, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Feels like a sleep token pose. Really? It's just a feeling. You just get a vibe from it. That's fair. All right, let's do the rough of the feet. I could do it. I could do it. That's a bit more in proportion. Do it. Unionizing in a kissing book and in French. So polyglottal a polycule of polyglots. All right, I think that's good for a cleanup or a correction. Let's do a cleanup. We'll do a head cleanup, a features cleanup, a body, and a hand. That way I have a little bit more maneuverability with my layers. Let's make it a little bigger so I can see it better. There we go. I admit I don't think I know enough about sleep token to say whether or not I can see it. That's fair. Oh, for those who don't know, poly equals many, glotta equals tongues. Oh. Unionizing in a kissing book? I still find that funny. Excuse me. Turn off this hand layer real quick. There we go. Now I can see a bit better. Western, thank you for the hydrate. It's a bun name. It's what I'm proud of. Let's switch the music. This one is a really good one, though. Let's switch it to... Ooh. Dark forest. A little bit of rain sounds. What about polycule? We were talking about a polycule of polygots. Can you imagine having a conversation with a polycule of polyglots? Whenever they need to surprise you with something, they speak a different language. Could be funny. There we go. I heard polygoth and was confused. Join the cult of Wiktionary today. Just joking. I think learning a language can be really difficult, but it can be so, so rewarding. Like after I brush up on my French, I do want to learn Spanish. Not only because it's not too far off from French, so it might be a good way to start, but I feel like it would be a good language to learn. Sounds like a very romantic language. I like the sound of harp in my lo-fi. We're listening to Blue Turtle right now. Here, I'll share the link. That's the music we're listening to right now. I have to relearn French. Me too. I remember most of it. And the nice thing is I can watch shows in French and understand them for the most part, unless they're using really, really complicated words or idioms that I don't understand. But it's quite good. And it's pretty great. How do you get it to track? Is it an actual hand tracking? Yes. So this is actually a game you can get on Steam called V Hand. All you gotta do is look up on Steam and you'll find it. I think it's about 10 bucks. It's really good for stream overlays and it's very customizable too. It's customizable within the game itself. Problem I have with learning Spanish is Spain Spanish, but most people in my city speak Hispanic Spanish. Oh, right. I guess there's different kinds. I think with French, as far as I know, there is if you learn regular French, you'll probably be fine. But there's probably different dialects. Oh, I almost dropped my pen. Does the word romance stem from Rome? I don't actually know. That's a great question. How long do you think it's a romantic language? Romance language? Yes. Romantic? Ha. Maybe. So far, learning Spanish, back when I was learning it, was much easier than learning French because I already had an understanding of French. But Spanish has like English kind of sentence structures compared to French. French has its own sentence structure, which is a pain. But I feel like it would be easier to go from English to Spanish rather than French to Spanish. Basically, pick a dialect and just run with that because most people will be able to understand you. That's what it sounds like, really. It's pretty great. I have a friend that if they're not already aware of this utility, they will be soon. Well, I hope it helps them and they can make good use of it. Cause yeah, it's a very useful thing for art streamers in particular. It's also getting an update in like a day, I think. So it'll have more motion and different customizability, I think. Then you have German, which not only has a different sentence structure, but also goes, what if you could combine words without spaces to create compound words that look like a single word? Sounds like a lot of work. Still a very fascinating language, though. I always found it kind of funny when people were like, oh, it's such a harsh language. And I'm like, no, I don't. Listen, I don't think any languages are very harsh because it all depends on the intonation you use. People meme on German for sounding like a really, really harsh language. But it really just depends on what, like, with what tone you say it in, you know? Puerto Rican Spanish is the most difficult. Really? I wonder why. Puerto Rican Spanish is any percent speedrun world record of the Spanish language. Huh. And I love it. All right. I don't know what would make it so difficult, but I'll trust y'all with it, you know? Excuse me. Thanks for the lurk, Choco. It's a movie stereotype born from the fact that a lot of English movies, usually like German, were World War II based. Yeah, it was a way to make the enemies seem more aggressive. Honey, I've never talked to a Puerto Rican in Spanish before. They're so fast and they use so much slang. Yeah, I would fall behind with the slang. Even in French, I don't know a whole lot of slang. Not gonna lie, I watched a video where I was like, there's a bunch of French memes. Let's see what these French memes are about. Because someone was very kind and translated them into English in the captions. And I was like, okay, I'm curious. What does that look like? And I found that I understood what they were saying, but I didn't quite understand what was so funny about it. French humor hits different, I guess. Like there's different things you need to know to understand them. Making doodle honey, like a doodle bob version of honey? No, no, no. Today we doodle pinup. We're doing pinup art today. We all have language of their own humor. Exactly, yeah. I wonder what kind of humor you would have, Gecko. What kind of French memes are there? And would I get them? I think I would understand them, but I wouldn't get them. I'm so used to like American centric humor that I'm like, what does humor look like in other countries? The only other ones that I've really seen is Japanese humor because I watch anime, you know? So, what would it look like? You know? I'm curious. Maybe honestly, I don't keep up with those. That's fair. Leon, thank you for the ear wiggles. And Shojiku, thank you for the resub. Happy 25 months. Welcome on back. Honey art. Art time, baby. Art time is nice and relaxing for me because sometimes I just let my brain think less but do more, if that makes sense. I don't know if y'all have that where you can think less and do more with your brain. Dijonko, another reason German often comes across as harsh is because we Germans tend to also be blunt and direct. We value clear and concise communication. To others, that easily comes across as harsh. Really? That sounds nice to me. Clear and effective communication sounds lovely. I wonder what German poetry sounds like. That's always something that I'm very curious about is poetry of other languages. What makes them beautiful? What is considered poetic and romantic, you know? Maybe I'll cheat this one. Hmm. Hmm. Like I can barely keep up with English memes. Yeah. They move fast. I will say English memes move fast. Little smug look on her face. She knows what she's reading. Beautiful on her. Thanks. I think it's messy, but that's just me. She knows she knows what she's reading. Barely keep up with some memes. I just remember whatever I find funniest. I think my brain has hit the point where like memes, I don't see very many new memes, which is so strange, but maybe that's just the algorithm or how much time I spend online, where I don't see a whole lot of new memes. The memes I know in my head are the memes that I've seen, and that's it. And I feel like this is kind of a problem I have with how much is filling up the internet. Is like everyone is trying to create the next new meme. Everyone's trying to get attention. Everyone's trying to be the next new thing, you know? And so it leads to everyone putting out things that are low effort but can be posted quickly. Just like, you know, volume. There's bound to be a hit if you just keep putting things out. And I don't know if that's the healthiest mentality to have when it comes to creating things. I have a very complicated relationship with the word content, in that I don't want to create content. I want to create art. There is a difference, and it is hard to explain what the difference is. But the closest I can come to describing it is I want to create things with intention and share them with intention. I don't want to just fill up space. I want to make things. Nowadays, memes is mostly brain rot, unfortunately. Maybe that's why they don't stick. Maybe that's why it feels like they don't stick at all. Wish my line art looked that nice. Thank you. Takes a lot of practice and trial and error, I'll tell you that much. Using many layers right now? I'm using, yeah, at least 8 layers. I got the body, features, head, the hand and the titties, the correction, and the rough. I'm just going to turn down the rough. There we go. Now I can see a little better. Content is no depth. It's just a product. There's a vibe to it where content feels like it is filling up space without purpose. Now, that's tricky because some people would argue that streaming it just fills up space with no purpose. And I don't know if I agree with that. That's why it's like, oh, what is content? What is art? It's so tricky to define. And the closest thing I can do to define it is intention. Like it's the intention, you know? In my brain, content feels like making things with the intent to fill space and sort of improve your algorithm, you know? Whereas art is something outside of it. It is outside of the wanting to appease an algorithm to up your chances of getting somewhere, you know? And now this is not to say one is better than the other, this is just my preference. And what tends to stick with me more is less content than creations. I don't really enjoy watching streams all too much. Now, that's not to say I don't like them at all. Sometimes I like jumping in a stream and having a conversation and then popping out, you know? But I am much more interested in making art. You know, the time I have, I like to spend creating things. Hades, thank you for the breathe and posture check. Banana. Streaming, in my opinion, is like playing games with friends in the same room. Yeah, streaming is kind of a shared experience. You share it with other people. It's not quite content, but it does feel like it's different than art in a sense. It's less of art and more shared experience. That's not to say you can't have both, but as a generalization, that's kind of what it feels like. You're having a good time with your friends, and it's nice. I guess artists love making art. Shocker. Who would have thought? Who'd have guessed? What does the armpit look like? Oh, interesting. They didn't define it too much. Okay. Part of streaming's performance. Yeah. Streaming's kind of like performance in a way. I like watching you create. It's my favorite pastime. Thank you. Here's the other thing that I feel like I need to clarify because my brain is is always like thinking of the Twitter sphere because my brain has a hard time disconnecting from it, which is why I generally slowed down on spending time there. Where it's like if I post something, I am afraid it's going to be taken the wrong way. It's the you can say you like pancakes and someone will say, so you hate waffles?" Like that's an entirely different sentence. That's a whole other thing. But it's like just because I don't enjoy watching certain streams does not mean it's bad. That's just my tastes, you know? Sometimes I prefer to read a book rather than watch things. Sometimes I prefer to watch things rather than read a book. It's a mood thing. But yeah, Brianna, the video is in the pinned music, or the music is in the pinned YouTube link above the chat. Johnny, see, that's what I love about your streams. I feel like I can enjoy both what you're doing, be it art, game, collab, etc. But also I can bounce actual ideas and thoughts back and forth with you. It feels like I'm always learning something new here and having fun doing it. Yeah, that's the fun part about it, is like I get to talk with y'all, and instead of just playing a video game by myself, I can ask for y'all's opinions and help. Because sometimes I don't know where to go in a video game. I get lost fairly easily. And that happens. That's okay. I like rules and structure. So you hate freedom and creativity? Exactly. It's like that's a whole other sentence. That's a completely different thing. I did not say that. I've also found that when I like drawing, I don't particularly enjoy coloring because color kind of stresses me out a little bit. And that's okay. I like seeing color pieces and I want to be able to color them, but I find that it's outside of my skill set and it's very hard to improve on it. Hello, Strange Cakes. Welcome. Let me take a little sip. The binary mindset has kind of become very prevalent in modern culture. It's pretty annoying, honestly. Yeah. I think I think it's important to not have such a reactionary relationship with online communities, if that makes sense. Information is always, it's never unbiased, you know? I don't think we can ever get a source of information that is unbiased if it is written by a person or in some people's cases generated by a computer, which that's a whole other conversation of bias. But it can be peer reviewed, you know? You can take a second to pause and go like, is this accurate, true? Is this worth my time to be invested in, you know? I feel like that last question is one that people don't ask enough. Is like, is this a worthy investment of my time? And it doesn't have to be like, oh yes, this is a big charitable thing that is worthy of my time. It's like, yes. But the bar doesn't have to be that high. Sometimes it can be, oh, this person who's posting online is having a tough time. Would it be a good idea for me to post? Is like this something that I want to invest my energy in? And like weigh that, you know? I think thinking about the phrase think before you post, I feel is lost on many people because there is a element of reactionary posting that is encouraged online that is not as encouraged outside of online communities, you know? So it's easy to feel like the internet is very reactionary and binary because that's all people have time for and that's how focused people get when they're online. How's weather on your end? Not bad. It's all right now. It's nice and early enough in the morning where the heat of the day hasn't hit, so we're good. My biggest struggle is pick my battles. Yeah, that's a great way of saying it, Myth. Is like pick your battles. Even if the battle is not against anything, sometimes the battle is internal, you know? The battle does not always have to be for such huge things. Sometimes they can be small. Sometimes the battle is I gotta get up and cook because it's good for me. And that's your battle for the day. Any reason in particular it makes you feel that way beyond it's outside of your skill set? For coloring? Mostly because it is something that I am not skilled at and I struggle with. In terms of why I don't enjoy color, or coloring, I should say, is because of speed as well. Because I don't have enough knowledge about color, not necessarily knowledge, I guess understanding of color, it never clicks in my head quite correctly. My brain goes, I would rather just draw and create. So poses and character art without the color is really what I thrive with. However, it's different with VTuber models because VTuber models, they are in a neutral lighting. They don't have to worry about how the light hits, how there's reflection on surfaces around them, whether there's glow or ambient light, whether there's light passing through their skin, you know? There's so much in there that color artists have so much more understanding of that it would just take me ages to execute properly. And so for me, it is easier to do things in grayscale because it works better with my brain. And that's okay. Can't go into that mood. There's so much with coloring. Jeez. Also, Joan Massas, thank you for the resub. Happy 11 months. What are we drawing today? It's looking really good. Thank you. We're drawing a little pinup pose. It's the crackers in bed pinup pose. The elusive honey legs. Good stuff. But yeah, when drawing a VTuber model, a lot of the time it works better for me because the client usually comes to me with a pre-made palette. So they already have an idea of what their color palette is going to look like, and VTube Studio can automatically put effects over it to make it match a scene better. And so all I have to worry about is color cohesion, less of color effects in a full piece. So it's easier for me to draw a simple static character that is in any neutral lighting. Hi, Emeld. Nice to see you on Blue Sky. I like pretty drawings. Thank you. I gotta post more often. Glazing and night shading takes a little bit of time, so it's rough. Subsurface scattering. Yeah, subsurface scattering is another thing to worry about with color. I don't want to draw the feet. What? Let's draw the hands. Trying to reference how her hand looks. She got long fingers. Color thing is also the one that doesn't need to be hurried with. If you need time to get it just right, then you can take that time with any art. Yeah. Meta, you got this. The feet are not your enemy. They're not my enemy. They're there to support me. They work so hard every day. Why can't I draw them? Anyway, let me stretch real quick. Sleepy. All right. Wake up. Joe Biden, wake up. Panga boy. They're so good for me. The feet support us so much. They deserve more respect. Feet are definitely my enemy. They always cause me pain for absolutely no reason. They're just mean. Oh no! I'm sorry, your feet are your enemy. There we go. There we go. Nails help indicate the angle here. Sorry, y'all couldn't see it. I was focusing. One of the hard parts about streaming art is you have to consider where the audience can see. Because a lot of the times I will draw in this range, but because that's so close to my head, I have to remember to bring it out here and draw it in this range of the screen. Imagine walking around without feet. You want to enjoy nub walking? No. No, thank you. It's rough out there. Your feet are very good. Feet aren't so bad, or so I'm told. Alright, Snail Space. That one got a little chuckle. I got a little chuckle. Greetings, Tendo. Always a calm and relaxing stream for all these fine people in chat. Also here for suggestions for lunch. Beef chicken and pork. What would it be? Ooh. I would say chicken, personally. I always err on the side of chicken because it's better for my cholesterol. My favorite form of artistic expression is actually music. Ooh. Music is a good one. Head too big? I got a big head for big thoughts. What of it? I got big brain thoughts. Chicken is very good in general. I love being a digital artist. There we go. Big head to contain all the silly. It's to contain it. Keep it hidden. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Why does beef pork taste so good, though? They do taste delicious. I don't know why, though. I don't know why things taste good, but I guess it has something to do with nutrition, if I had to guess. Love this art meme so much. It is a good one. This pinup one, very, very fun. I like it quite a bit. So my head should stay small. My thoughts are too perpy. Yeah. That's okay. I will say, this is a hot take hour perhaps, but it's okay to be horny. I think that is absolutely a good thing, you know? Some people are, some people aren't. But there is an element of like sex repulsion on the internet that is really getting into the range of like purity politics that is not okay. Like I think there was a joke where, oh wait, I drew this on the wrong layer, didn't I? Nope, it's good. Where someone was like, yeah, everyone is gay, but no one is horny. And it's like, that's kind of how the internet feels. And you cannot separate sexuality from gayness. That's just not something you can do because that is really what it boils down to. Is who you would like to be sexually and romantically intimate with is part of the gay identity. It's also a big part of the straight identity, but we don't really realize it because we're raised in such a heteronormative society that you really do think that it is abnormal if a masked person is not attracted to a femme person and vice versa. It is part of being a person. There are also ace people who are on the spectrum of like sexuality where it's like they do not experience romantic or sexual attraction in varying degrees of each, you know? The post says, "Oh, I know you're looking at me. What you gonna do?" You see what I am doing, relaxing in my bed. The thing is, when you get down to brass tacks, sexuality and romantic attraction is very complicated. Oh yeah, just like everything in life is complicated. My guess is chemical composition and humans' disposition to be omnivores, I think. Imagine being able to eat everything, but you like hate half those things. Mmm. Being an omnivore might be why you like pork and beef. As an ace person, it takes a lot for me to like someone. Fair. It's different for everybody. Also, uh, we have ads. So we're gonna run 3 minutes of ads. We can definitely continue this conversation when we get back. So feel free to just chill and mingle. But we're gonna be taking a quick 3 minute break. I'm gonna get up and stretch, and we will continue to draw because I want to draw the hand next. I'll see y'all after the ads, okay? See you in a sec. I almost put my pen in my drink cup. Honey, no. Don't put your pen in your drink cup, please. Dejongi said something about wanting to hear German poetry before. Found a reading. If you want a link, let me know. Ooh. Oh, interesting. I'll think about it because, like, the thing with learning poetry is I don't know what would be considered romantic in the language because I don't understand it. So would it be a translation of German poetry, I guess? Because the way, I'm sure the way that German poetry is read sounds beautiful. Just anyone speaking very heartfelt, with a very heartfelt tone will sound beautiful no matter what language, I'm sure. Like, I'm still tired of it, still extremely tired. I didn't even go to bed that late last night. Whew, excuse me. I think I went to bed at 12:30. Woke up at 8:30. That's not bad. That's like 8 hours of sleep. Not a translation, a literal recording of one of the most famous German poets. Oh. Okay, so you can hear what they speak like. Ah. Ah. Also, Night Luke, thank you for the sub with Prime. Welcome on in. Oh. How are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely time. It's very kind of you. Thank you for the Prime. Indeed, Godmate. Indeed, it is 8 hours. 8 hours of sleep. Jaded, thank you for the hydrate. Whoop. Oh, you know what? While the ads are going, let me grab a lozenge because my throat's a little bit raspy. 1 sec. The model froze so nicely this time. I got some herbal candy. Johnny, how's about a save for your progress? Lovely progress in the post, by the way. I love this. Thank you. Yeah, I'll give it a little save. Also, Ella Bard, how's it going? I think it's a big shame because sexuality expression by anyone is very intimate and a personal thing. You know what? I'll save that message for when people come back from the ads because that is I've read half of it and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good point to make. Al Pacino, I see legs, legs. We got legs. We're just gonna do the line art, maybe some grayscale. Oh, excuse me. And Tony Peppermint, thank you for the resub. Happy 32 months. Honey, nice post. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. Also, welcome back from the ads. I got a little bit of a herbal candy for my throat and just been chilling. Open. Oh. Candy kind of flew all over my desk. 1 sec. It's fine. Bart, I think it's a big shame because sexual expression by anyone is a very intimate and personal thing. It's a good form of self-expression, but it's viewed as inappropriate or a danger because some people misbehave. I used to be very confident about my sexual expression, but certain dialogue surrounding it and how inappropriate it is has made it seem obligatory to never really talk about it with anyone anymore. It is really tricky. There's a lot of elements to expressing sexuality, and attraction that can be really, really tough to navigate, especially in an online space. Even in an in-person space, actually, it can be really tricky. Yeah. Herbal candy. Definitely giving oh ho 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 and ara vibes. Ara ara. I did it with the French accent. Ara ara. Pay for turbo so I don't see the ad duration remaining. Sorry. No worries, Bard. All good. Just wanted to make sure. I got a lost into my mouth, so sorry if I have a little bit of a lisp. My cousin is Les, and the only concern is making sure she's in a healthy relationship and she's safe. Mm-hmm. That really should be how it is. I feel like if people were less concerned about sexuality and more of if their partner is healthy for them, then the world would be a nicer place. Myth is a funny thing for me. Being autistic and aro ace, I like discussing a lot of topics that most other people shy away from or feel uncomfortable talking about. Stuff like sexuality, reproductive anatomy, morality, processing of grief, and other such topics. Those are very interesting topics because I feel like they reveal more about who a person is rather than just, oh, what anime do you like? Granted, stuff like that is also important, but discussions of morality, I think, can really help to feel out if this person is a good fit for you. There we go. That's an okay hand. Honestly, I think hiding this finger might be better, like they do in the pinup. There we go. So, hello, Dinky. Got Bard Johnny Myth. I hope you're doing well. Oui, oui, baguette. Une baguette. I think un bag is your ring. Baguette is just bread. Bard, I need to watch French dub of anime. Maybe I'll watch the French dub of Freerun. That could be a good one. French Freerun could be fun, yeah. French dub of Freerun could go really hard. The one thing that I'm really, really happy about with Freerun is they gave her a deeper voice for the English dub. I really like deep voice Freerun. It's very good. Oh, wrong selection. Deep voice Freerun is so, so nice. I was worried that after watching it, I was like, I cannot imagine the character with a high-pitched anime voice. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it, but a deep, soft-spoken voice is so, so good for Freerun. I love it. Deep voice Freerun got me weak, I cannot lie. She's so cool. She's so, so cool. Brett is just peh, which is also douloureux. Douloureux or douloureux. Man, language is weird. Language is funny. Language is funny indeed. And you sure, it's the fact that they're close to a person's identity that makes them touchy. A question like, do you like anime skirts the edges? It contains related content, but distances both parties. Yeah. I am the type of person that really, really would rather find out what a person is like before I start to share their common interests, if that makes sense. Which is tricky for me because without getting into the conversation of heavy politics and social beliefs, you know, how do you approach that topic? And one of the ways that I do generally in the online space is I go, okay, what's your favorite anime? And why do you like it? You know? And that is a way to find out whether you have common interests, have them talk about the thing they enjoy, so they're a lot more comfortable, but also showcase why they like something, you know? Dingus, I hope someday I can get a role where I get engrossed in it. Mm. Love the memes of the English VA for free run maze. Like free run at Texas Roadhouse. Yeah. The other one that I really like is Delicious in Dungeon. That could be a good one in French. Love when VAs play around. Absolutely. Voice acting is an art. And you can play around and have fun with art. I think that's something that people don't quite realize with artists. Is we do things a lot of the times to have fun, to enjoy ourselves and express ourselves. It's not all brilliantly correct anatomy. Sometimes it's I drew funny frog and it made me laugh, so I share it with my friends. And that is also art. Maybe I should watch Dunmeshi in German. Marcel's voice actor in German went crazy on it. I have seen clips of German dub Marcel and can say I am a fan. She is funny. Some animes are like that. It's okay to like it, but also there are reasons why people like it that are red flags. I like Goblin Slayer. Explain why. Yeah, exactly. There's like do you like one would be like, oh, I like Sword Art Online. Okay, why do you like it? Some people will go like, I like the abridged series. Some people will go like, it's the first thing I watched, so I have an emotional attachment to it. You know, there's some different reasons people like things, and not all of them are bad. Like there are some anime that I grew up with where it's like some of this is questionable now, but as a kid, it influenced me and opened the world up to me. I can look at things that I enjoyed and still have an emotional attachment to them, but also condemn them for the things that the things that adult me deems irresponsible or what's the word for it? Inappropriate, I guess. You know? Sad thing about many that decry cartoons and the like is not being art. There's so much work that goes into these things, especially traditional ways that are done. There's so much work that goes into art, and I think because there's so much art on the internet that people have access to, people have become numb to how much work it takes to create things. People go, "Oh, the movie's in 2 hours. It's 2 hours. It's only a little bit of work." It's like 2 hours with multiple years, hundreds of people working on it, if not thousands, depending on the scope and budget. For just 2 hours of your enjoyment, people put years of work into it. So when people are like, "Oh yeah, and an indie dev, like a single person made this game," it's like, well, did they though? In some cases, yes, they do. But also think about the quality of it, how big the scale is, how many people that were freelance worked on it, you know? How many people got commissioned for concept art, for assets, for music, for voice acting, direction. There's so much to it that you have to understand art is at its best when it is collaborative. And being collaborative as an artist is very, very risky because sometimes things fall apart. And if you are head of a project and you really want this project to get done, you have to have the willpower and the determination to push through the setbacks and continue even at a loss, especially with games and film. It is tough. It is not easy. Which is why when people say, "Oh, an indie dev can do better," it's like, but consider that an indie dev still has to do a lot. You know? Indie dev is a scale from one man machine to only one coder. Yep. There's a lot. It could even be a team of 20 friends, you know? Book title speak? Yeah, I like that book title. How to Kiss Fishman. Hot take, but I see Freerun as a slice of life. Freerun is kind of slice of life until it gets to the one of the mage arcs. And honestly, it's good. Do I prefer the 70s and 90s hand-drawn anime better than most recent stuff? I feel animations had more soul back then. The effort was put in on a different level. That's a fair feeling. I feel like both had different levels of effort put into them, or similar levels of effort put into them. But one was probably given a higher budget and more time versus nowadays where it feels like everything is rushed and has to be on a deadline. So it may feel like a different production. The times change, and so does the art. One should really recall something like the original Disney Snow White. How many separate drawings were needed for something like a 5-second scene? If you've ever tried to animate something by hand, you would know how hard it is to draw. That's why I love Kiki's Delivery Service. Good soul movie. Kiki's Delivery Service. I'll probably rewatch it in French actually to practice. Let's actually do the eye here. There we go. That looks a bit better. A little bit of a tangent with the nose, but that's okay. Blows my mind how DreamWorks can have such high and highs and low lows. Extremely high highs. Yep. I don't know too many of the lows, honestly. Also, Shenanigans, thank you for the raid. Shrimp raid. Welcome on in, raiders. How was your art stream? What were y'all drawing? The ending to Kiki was a bit weird to me. I think it would have been better if it just stuck to the slice of life vibes and didn't have the whole blimp sequence at the end. I can agree with that. I think it was already a very strong film on its own. But it is what it is, you know? I hope you had a good time, Gems. Strawberry, thank you for the posture check. 5-second clip at 24 FPS is 120 drawings. That's insane. That's a lot of drawings. Which was good. Just did some art stuffs for Insta and YouTube. Nice. Good. I'm glad. Hope it turned out good and you got a lot of work done. So Ray Rec, happy 30 months. Welcome on back. I hope you're doing well. Didn't know bagpipes could do this chili. Yeah, right? It's so nice. Not exactly a slice of life, but I very much enjoyed Nausicaa the Valley of the Wind for the story it tried to tell and how it tried to tell it. It's a very neat one. Let's see. I think I want to adjust the jaw a little bit. Also, Geomanticus, thank you so much for the sub with Prime. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Have a good summer so far. Body. There we go. One thing I'm really tired of with anime is characters being flat and serving as an archetype, or having a single catchphrase that they use over and over again needlessly. Yeah, that's pretty boring. That's not just an anime problem. That's just a film problem in general, honestly. Love this piece so far. Thank you, Gems. I'm having fun redrawing this meme. I think I might want to adjust the face a little bit. The eye here looks a little strange. Could be a little stronger. That look better? Maybe that looks a bit better. Something like this, maybe? Maybe. So me just want to try his cheek look a bit off. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. The face looks a little bit off, but that usually happens when I'm cleaning it up. That looks a bit better. There we go. That looks a bit better to me. Yeah. Okay. Maybe just cut them right. That would fix them. Squish my cheeks. Can't say I watched Marvel past Endgame. Yeah. I watched Moon Knight. That was fun. The Jessica Jones TV series is excellent. At least the first season. I haven't watched the second season. I watched a little bit of Loki. That was fun. It was all right. The moon haunts you. I just think Moon Knight's funny. With the trademark smug expression I see. Yeah. I think I can make it more smug though. Give me a sec. More smug. Smug. Cat lip smug? True. I could also do my classic crooked smile. It's a crooked smile. Because that is kind of what my smile looks like. I smile crooked. One side of my lips shows more gums than the other. That's just what my mouth looks like. The crooked smile is so charming. I'm glad you think so. The Goon Honks. I forgot what their name was. Dang. I think it's very iconic and like Dingy said, definitely charming. Thanks, Johnny. This face looks a little bit better so far. I think the jaw coming up here might help too. Actually, wait, that makes it look too round. Jaw coming up here might be better. There we go. Okay. That looks pretty good. Wrong pen. All right, that's pretty good. Think we can get on to doing the this feature up because it creates tangent. Excuse me. I burped a little bit. Excuse me. I got little hiccups. Yeah, I guess that's fine. All right, so let's do the clothes. Song makes me think of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. This song is Winter Night by Alexander Nakarada. Confident and Smug is definitely one of my favorite looks on you. Suits you well. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. Secret Wars is a lot of generative AI. Yeah, I'm not watching it. If someone could not be bothered to make it, why should I be bothered to watch it? You know? I'm worried that we're going to lose art forms in the future. There's always art forms that are going to get lost. And that sucks. I think having them be preserved is more important than going, oh, someone should do this art form, you know? Did I draw it on the wrong layer? I drew it on the head layer. Okay. Preserving art forms, I think, is very, very important. However, preserving them is different than... There's a difference between making sure that people use them and making sure they're not forgotten. You know, there's definitely a difference there. Music is losing a lot. It's older and more obscure, yet amazing representations. I want shanties preserved. Yeah. There's so much art in the world that I think it is important to remember to appreciate it, you know? And not lose sight of it. Ooh, let's do Hades. We'll go for the beginning. Star Wars shorts are done in different animation styles. Great. Yeah, I've heard. I've heard those are good. Chanting Fox, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Are you playing Halo Infinite? Nice, nice. Were you having fun? Let me take a little sip. Thank you, Meta, for the hydrate. And Ocean, thank you for the breathe routine. I had a Griff Ball. It's awesome. Griff Ball. I have no idea what that is. And also, Goblin ODs, thank you for the ear wiggles. But Griff Ball. I've never played Halo Infinite. If I remember correctly, it's an FPS game? Griffball. It's like every sci-fi futuristic ball sports like football. Oh, okay. I see. It's like a made-up sport kinda. One sec. I'm gonna open up my window because it is too hot. It's too hot in here. Let the air in. Oh yeah, that breeze is nice. Cool air. Thank you, sir. You may have the most expressive ears of any VTuber I've ever seen. Thank you. Made it myself. Got my hands on the Hayabusa helmet too. Griffball is a game mode where everyone has a hammer and a sword. Your job is to take the ball into the other team's hole while they guard it. Okay. That sounds like fun. That sounds like a pretty simple game-ish, you know? Speaking of holes, that was doing not safe for work drawing. This one? Yeah, this should be fine. It's like a pinup. And there's no bits, so I should be good because I'm going to draw the clothes now. Let's see. Let's turn down the rough. Because I'm drawing myself in my PJs, which is just shorts. I got like high-waisted shorts. Honey, does draw not safe for work? That we know of. Listen, you gotta do anatomy studies. It's important. Perhaps I will be lazy and just draw a sports bra on. Because I don't feel like drawing cloth right now. Because we stopped making them, animated features a la Disney Renaissance are basically already a lost art form. Animation still exists, it's not made on that scale or that quality anymore. Studio Ghibli is basically the only name in the game, and unfortunately Miyazaki won't be around forever to keep it going. Legitimately, the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life has been watching my favorite art form disappear. I think other countries are doing it, and it's very, very good to see it in other countries as well. And I think that is a thing we have to appreciate. You know? 3D is good. I like 2D though. I like both. But yeah, this is the Hades music. You're the artist. You have the power. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can do as I please. I can do what I want. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll commission you to draw me a pinup of her to put it in the side of my ship when they add it. A little pinup in there. Just you could do it. There we go. Little classic chest like that. How does it look from both sides? I think that works. Let's do a cleaner version of the clothes now. No socks? You have them grippers out? I got the grippers out, baby! I don't want to draw them, but as an artist I must learn. I must push my limits, and if my limits is I have to draw better grippers, so be it. Alright, that's pretty good. I'll commission how you draw goblins doing various, not evil, but annoying actions like turning off TV while you're watching it or stealing a spring from your mattress. Pin up his peak, a little spice, but I'm not rushing to cover my homie's bits if someone walks in. Exactly, exactly. Pinup is a very fun art form that I'm glad is kind of making a fun comeback, especially with people's OCs. Let's draw the box. Gotta put little snacks in here. I love pinups. Pinups are really fun. Hands and feet are a beginner drawer's nightmare. That's why I'm always hiding them. They are really tough, yeah. They're tough, but it's important to learn how to at least draw hands. One day when I have money again, so much dingy pinup. It would be so fun. It could be cool. It could be nice. Getting Leica age through blood vibes in the music. Really? I don't know Leica. I only know Leica the stop motion studio. Joko, sorry to lurk and leave, but always I appreciate your art and atmosphere, so please take care in YouTube chat. No worries, Joko. You do what you gotta do. Thank you for saying hi today. Drawing pinups is real good for learning anatomy. Yes, it is very, very fun. One of the ways you can absolutely learn is study other art and see how they break it down. Time to draw the grippers. This song is really good. I don't know how to draw grippers. Oh gosh. That'll do. We request music? Currently we're just listening to game soundtracks. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Goblin feet. Toesy woesies. There they are. Gotta remember how. So the big toe will be here. Can't imagine drawing gloves is any easier. They're hands but thicker. They're hands but with cloth on them, so if you don't know how to draw textures, good luck to you. I love this electric guitar bit. There we go. All right, that's pretty good. Socks in bed? Please, we're civilized folks. We're civilized people here. All right, let's see. Draw a hand with stubby fingers. With like, with sausage fingers. I think it would just take a little practice to draw them. She wearing shoes or she's just walking around town getting her feet off? She needs to wash her feet like a civilized gobbo. It's all the dirt. She getting dirt all on her feet. It's how she connects to the earth. Very hippie style. Alright, we got the base. Alright, so let's see. I just gotta clean up the bits that are a little ill-defined here. Got the collarbone. A little bit of the neck. Rib cage. Oops, that part doesn't need to be filled. There we go. For the body, we can also erase these lines that overlap. There we go. Speaking of, I gotta get a compression socks at some point. Ooh, compression socks. Hope they make your feet feel comfortable. Also, Best Box, thank you for the stretch. Chat, you heard her. We need to buy Honey some soap and water for her feet. I shower perfectly regularly. Thank you very much. My feet are nice and clean. Excuse me. Invert selection, fill. There we go. You can just make that a book layer. There we go. I'm not gonna hide it. Legs up. The legs are up, baby. Hate being shirtless. I'm very conscious of what my stretch marks look like to other people, even after I've lost the weight. So this might be a me thing. But I don't think stretch marks look bad on people. Like, everyone has them. It's pretty normal. Like, let me check. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got some too. I think mine are around my hips. Everyone tends to have them. It's just how the skin works. In a non-fetishy way, I do like stretch marks on people. Yeah. Like in a respectful way. I know that some people are really self-conscious about them, but I think it's a perfectly normal part of people's bodies. Night Luke, my issue was I was obese. Well, if you weren't comfortable in your skin, that makes sense. It is different for everybody. This is just a me preference thing, so if it doesn't apply to you, that's absolutely fine. But I like when people have a healthy amount of fat on their bodies because it means they're eating good, you know? I still like seeing people that are taking care of themselves and making sure they're eating well. But I'm not a huge fan of like the super chiseled look because that's kind of what you look like when you're dehydrated. So you're always having headaches when you're dehydrated. Probably not as fun to be around. Dad bods. It's so interesting that we have a word for dad bods, but I've never, this might just be me, but I've never really heard anyone refer to like mom bods, you know, as something they like. And I wonder if part of that is because it can be kind of fetishizing to go after a body that has given birth, but it's also like people do that regularly with people who haven't given birth. So it feels like something that is complicated because of gender or sex. So I don't know if there's an answer to it, but it's just something that my brain is thinking about, you know? Isn't that just a MILF? I guess so, but there's MILFs and DILFs, and you use both. People use dad bod, but I don't hear people use mom bod. It's just, I think we refer to that as thick? Maybe. But people can be thick and not have given birth. It's just strange to me how much of it revolves around like whether so like whether someone has had a kid or not, you know? I have, but not in a fetish sense, but I've heard it before. Oh, okay. Are mom botted soccer mom types synonymous? I don't think so. I think soccer mom is more of a personality thing, and mom bod is like a physical thing. If you use mom bod, you're sexist? Really? Pixar mom might be one, though. Actually, Pixar mom I have heard. I haven't heard Pixar dad. Well, have I heard Pixar dad? I just know some of my friends like. Well, do they? Some people like the dad from Inside Out, but I don't know if that's a bod thing. Yeah, exactly, microphone. The dad from Inside Out. There's dads in Pixar, yeah. Pixar mom put some Elastigirl and Par in mind. Yeah. Mr. Incredible? I don't know people who are really interested in Mr. Incredible, weirdly enough. But maybe I'm just not the right person to talk to about that because I was like a baby when it was in theaters. And so I saw him as like a father figure. There's mom jeans. Okay, there's mom jeans. Is there dad jeans? Favorite Pixar's dad is Meredith's father. He's funny. He's fun. Dad bod refers to a specific build or at least archetype. There are boyfriend cut jeans. Interesting. Ladies are referred to as thick or curvy because dad bod doesn't directly mean that it's about dads exclusively since I have dad bod, but I am not a father. I have no offspring. I just listen to the offspring. Okay. Just fun things I like thinking about. There doesn't have to be an answer. It's just like, interesting. The soundtrack gives me joy. Yeah, Orpheus's Lament is very good. No, I want this one. There we go. We wax philosophical from time to time while making art. Part of the process, really. Truly, it is part of the process. Art is political. There is no such thing that art there is no such thing as non-political art. Art is constantly influenced by politics, you know? So it is always political. The only Orpheus I can think of when I hear that name is one from Venture Brothers. Is Venture Brothers finished or is it still coming out? Based on this drawing, my political opinion is that Honey's cute. Thank you. We can break down why that's a political opinion, but that's okay. What you like and dislike can be examples of your alignments of politics, and I always find that fascinating with people. I'm contemplating buying Clip Studio. Prism, if you don't have a drawing program that you like already, Clip Studio is only 23 bucks right now, so I highly recommend it. You can get version 4.0 right now for 23 bucks, and it's just a flat, like, plus tax, I guess, but, like, there's no subscription service as long as you buy the perpetual license. It's good. Now they are even more simple. Drawings have become very political. Yeah. People who use generative AI are making a political statement that they do not care for artists. And when people go like, oh, no, no, I love artists. And it's like, no, no, no. You love the idea of artists. The actual artists themselves who are telling you this is bad, you don't care about their opinions. You do not care for artists. You care for convenience over moral, you know, being good. Also, hello, Jeff. Good morning. I'm of the opinion that creative expression is inherently going to be linked with politics because the expression of human thought and feelings is political in this age, I suppose. Yep. Being educated and doing art are two of the most deadly things to capitalism. Which makes it political. I care for artists and hope they're all happy and well fed. Yep. I believe everyone has the right to food, shelter, and a supportive environment, such as a library and health services that they require, you know? For free. For free. I don't know. I think she just wants to kiss the fishman, guys. I don't know. I just think she wants to kiss fishman. I just think she's really into him. I just think it's neat. Says the best, you know? Political view on art, pretty ladies. Mm-hmm. Jasper, thanks for the 200 shinies. So hot that management told me to get in the office and sit next to the AC for 15 minutes on paid break, and they're getting me electrolyte popsicles. I know this is just to prevent another lawsuit, but I appreciate the effort to make sure I don't collapse from the heat. Yep. That is important. It's a shame that they need a lawsuit to threaten them with treating their employees good. But they should be treating their employees good. Anthony, thank you, Meta. Fishman, you mean Aquaman? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Aquaman is like Fishman light. That's the equivalent of like Ariel mermaids. I'm talking Abe Sapien, like creature from the lagoon Fishman. It's different. You might actually need a book for that. Also, Art by Allie, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. How was your stream? That's posed, golly me. Good gracious. Good gravy. Are you doing art? What were y'all drawing today? She likes the fishy fish people. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. Yeah, I cannot feel spite or horny, therefore incapable of making art. It's also just a plagiarism machine. Like, it's been proven time and time again that it's a plagiarism machine. So much so that Disney actually is taking them down. Disney's like, yeah, you've plagiarized all of our works. Get out. Get out. Give us all your monies. It's just a theft machine. Looks like bloomers the way they're filled in, but don't worry, there's a method to my madness. Ellie working on finishing references for my D&D character, Ellie, before she possibly dies somebody. Oh gosh. Well, I hope if she does die, it is impactful to the story, and you have a very good time with it. But if you hope that she doesn't, then I hope she lives. Because, oh boy. There we go. Clothes. There you go. Got my shorts on. Trying to do the meme? Yeah, doing the pinup meme now. Guys, I invented a new word. It's called plagiarism. That's pretty funny. I love verbal smut. A tangle of teeth and tongues. But I hope you had fun, Allie. If you gotta head out, absolutely no worries. Thank you for the raid. But I hope your character gets the ending that you would like them to get. Also, the Barracuda, thank you for the resub with Prime. Happy 3 months, welcome back. I think my paid 15 minutes are up. I wasn't keeping track. Resuming lurk, honey cute. Take it easy, Jasper. I'll probably wrap up stream in about 30-ish minutes. So, you take it easy. And Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. Hype train for the road. Oh, there is a hype train. I was so focused on doing pinup art, I forgot about hype train. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Love Nerd. Or Leo Noved. Thank you. It's already noon. Net how, right? It's already noon. It's getting close to lunchtime for me. So I'll stream for another 30-ish minutes, and then I'll go grab some lunch. Let's paint this goblin to the side of a van. Put her on the back of a van. Oh, gosh. Cataclysta, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so, so much. It's 1500 where I am. 1500. 2 p.m. then? Gotcha. Love how expressive your model is. Thank you. I made it myself. Glad you like it. Look at how smug she is. What are you thinking for lunch? I have a pita pocket that I can stuff with some chicken and vegetables. I think that'll be good for me. Smug art. Thank you, Myth. Whoa! This art looks so good. Let me... So yeah, this is art by Allie. Let me show it to y'all because this art is beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is gorgeous. Wow. Great rendering. Especially on the pants. I don't know how to render clothes like this, but the pants look excellent. Still working on her posed one? Out of curiosity, are you the kind of artist that likes to draw the colors before the line art? I'm so proud of the pants. You should be. They look excellent. I wonder if you're the kind of artist that draws the colors before the line art. Doesn't look like there's too much line art with the exception of the hands and feet, but yeah. I love the gambeson texture on this shirt. It's really nice. The gambeson looks lovely. Like, check that out. There's so much depth to it. Oh my gosh. Pattern on the scarf is excellent. I really like this. The flowers are lovely. Got leaves and twigs in her hair. High Elf, Arcane Cleric, 4 Adventurous Scion. Are you playing... What edition are you playing, out of curiosity? My brain was like 4th edition, but I don't know if... I can't remember if that's how they keep track of their levels. So I do a random method each time because I can't stick to a method. Fair. Absolutely fair. You do what feels right. I was wondering, how do you find the energy to stream, draw, and talk for so long? It seems exhausting. It absolutely is. So oftentimes I limit myself to 3 to 4 hours. And if I feel like going on, then that's great. But otherwise, I take it easy because there's a lot of brain power that goes into talking, drawing, make sure you don't strain your throat, and making sure you act on top of it with the model. It's a lot of brain power, and I have now been doing this for 4 years. So I've had a lot of practice. I've had a lot of practice. But the way I do it is I usually try to... What I did before I started streaming is I would test my models and just do lip syncs to them for hours and hours to make sure they worked good, and that sort of prepared me for it. Allie, yeah, it's a knowledge domain. Ooh, okay. Gotcha. Man, this looks good. I love this very bright pop of blue in the hair tie. And it's down here a little bit too. It's very nice. I like this. But yeah, Allie, thank you for sharing. This is lovely. I forgot what the knowledge domain was called midstream. Knowledge domain. Sometimes you forget. Sometimes with the characters, you kind of forget what their builds are. I've done that before where I played a campaign long enough where I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot which barbarian abilities I got. One who laughs first, thank you for the resub. Happy 38 months. Oh, sorry, 48 months. Dang, definite 4 years. Her dad is very themed off dark colors. And I wanted to give her lots of bright pops and colors. I see. Huh. I like that. Going from a darker palette from your parents to a lighter one for yourself is kind of nice. I was like, hi, Noelle. I'm sorry if I already said this, but good news. After some delays due to some legal stuff, my family finally got my dad back home after so long. So thanks for keeping my spirits up during that. Congratulations, Noelle. Oh, you can show him everything you worked on for graduating. I hope that he stays. You can all be together, and you can now rest a little bit and take it easy. Very proud of you for staying strong through that. Good job. It's very difficult. You've done great. Congratulations again on graduating. Also, thank y'all for the level 3 hype train. That's very kind, he is. Also, Johnny, thanks for the hydrate. Woof, I can feel my throat now. And Johnny, thanks for the breathe. What? Just checked mine. June 29th, 2021. I've been here 8 days, short of 4 years. Dang, that's a long time. That is a very long time. But yeah, Allie, thank you again for sharing your art. It's very kind of you to trust me with your community and your art as well. I think it looks lovely. The rendering was gorgeous. I don't have the skills or the patience for rendering, honestly, so that is quite impressive to see. All right, let's see. I got the hair, clothes, and features. That's really about it. Do you have Discord channels? Yeah, if you do !Discord, you will find the Discord. I am more of a lurker there. It is more for the community. Simply because I have so much work going on in the background that I do not have a lot of time to socialize. Even amongst my friends, I have so little time to socialize now. It is insane. Gonna render the clothes? I'm absolutely gonna adjust the clothes. We're gonna make them different colors so that they're not all one. But I am probably gonna keep it in grayscale. There we go. The brows make them a little darker. Also, Oracrib, thank you for the resub. Happy 39 months. Welcome on back. A well-made grayscale can be perfectly lovely. Yeah! A little black and white style photo could be fun. I've been in this Twitch community around 2 years and changed by now. But I think I stumbled upon Honey way back in 2021. Dang, that's around the early times when I started streaming. Let's get the nail colors in there. There we go. Ah, I see. There we go. Got a little bit of painted nails going. You came across your Sekiro and Hat in Time VODs way back when. Sekiro was the first game I streamed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was way back when. I think I first found you around a Hat in Time playthrough. I'm not 100%. Also way back when. Honey is a busy bumblebee, but I do find her work ethic more than admirable. Thank you. It's because I want to impress y'all. I would like to impress y'all with my work. It would be nice. Alright, let's select this. Actually, we'll select this. And then invert the selection. delete any of the extra stuff. And now we can separate these. There we go. That's a cool fit. Thank you. Honey gonna play Goblin Cleanup. I remember Gobby was thinking about playing Goblin Cleanup at one point, so maybe I will. All right, let's do a little bit of rendering with shading and lighting. Let's see. Gonna keep this fairly simple. Maybe you just being used more than enough to impress. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. As opposed to me who found Honey Goblin through YouTube shorts like a week ago and was like, she has a pretty neat VTuber model. I'll follow her on Twitch. Welcome on in, Brixby. I'm glad you like the model. I'm so excited for y'all to see the next one. It's... it is... I have worked so long on the design to try to get it right. And I've learned so much from making models that I feel confident that it will move better than this one. Rest his weary bones, the weight of the world all falls away in time. I think I first saw Honey at Weary 101 and followed her back to the tavern. Oh, I think that was still in 2021, honestly. I was at Weary 101 not long after I debuted. As I may, no hunger, no sleep except a dream, mild and warm, safe from all harm, good riddance to all the thieves, to all the fools that stifled me. They've come and gone and passed me by. Good riddance to all. No gay sitting. You have a soothing singing voice. Thank you. It's a little husky, not husky, but like a little scratchy right now because I've been streaming for over 3 hours now. No that's to be paid. We're gonna overlay. Whoop, that's not the right one. The weight of the world all falls away in time. We're doing real quick shading. Thank you, Seraphim. Glad you like it. You know, I think it's a funny thing that I first encountered you because you were playing A Hat in Time, a game you very much were not having a good time with. It was very much a game I did not enjoy, but it was funny. What was the song before this current one? Still Hades OST? Yeah, that song is Good Riddance. There's two versions of it. There's one with, I think her name is Eurydice, sings it solo, and then there's one where she sings it with Orpheus together. Well, looks like we got ads. Meta, thanks for the posture check. All right, we're gonna run 3 minutes of ads. I'm gonna stretch a little bit, and then I'm gonna finish rendering this, and we'll call it a stream. So, oh, there's 3 versions, Myth. Just kidding. Good going in the playlist. Thanks. Yay! Eurydice solo, Orpheus solo. Oh, I haven't heard Orpheus' solo. Interesting. I'll have to give it a listen. But yeah, I'm gonna run 3 minutes of ads. I'm gonna stretch, and we're gonna continue rendering this until I need to go for lunch. So I'll see y'all soon. See you in a sec. Oh, good time to stretch the hips. Ugh. Hat in time. One of the only times Honey genuinely cursed on stream. There's a couple of them, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, good stretch. Good little stretch. Supergiant has a very distinct sound. Was guessing it was Hades even though I hadn't heard that one. I haven't heard too much of their works. I've heard a bit of Transistor and this one. And a little bit of Hades 2. So, I'm excited to play Hades 2. It's something I want to do. Could be fun. Hades 2 I think is getting an update. Let me check out Hades 2 real quick. Oh, I think it's on sale right now? Neat. Oh, so it's an early access. Oh, interesting. It's getting an unseen update. Ooh. Darren Korb is an amazing composer? Yep, I believe that. Let's see, there's an unseen. So it's an early access. So does that mean it's not finished? Oh, okay. The art is gorgeous. I think it's still done by Gen Z. Gen Z's, her art is so good. It's beautiful. Her understanding of color is insane. Love her art. Love her. Hey, folks, what do we do? Oh, good heavens. Good heavens. Good gracious. A little pinup pose, huh? Did you know Dark Souls 3 is a rhythm game? I know Sekiro is a rhythm game. I didn't know Dark Souls 3 was a rhythm game, though. And so is Elden Ring? I can believe that. Big Weeper, I'm getting ads? Yeah, ads will end in about 42 seconds, so... Sorry, bud. Let's see, there's a little line here. A little bit here. There we go. Also, welcome back from the ads. We're drawing a little bit of a pinup pose. We're just rendering it right now. Gonna lighten it a little bit. And then we're gonna do light. Freaking adorable. I'm not just talking about the drawing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. I think the hard light needs to be here, or the hard shade needs to be here too. Something like that. Okay. Now we're gonna do the light layer. Oh, the music of this game is so good. The ads are getting real weird, man. This does not surprise me. Twitch has always been weird with their ads. It's very unfortunate. One of my Master Duel streams shows an AI chatbot. Jeez. That's rough. I feel so weirded out. Huh. Because, yeah, if there is ever an AI ad before my video, know that I do not choose the ads. I do not endorse that. If anything, I am actively against it. And it's very unfortunate that streamers have no control over what ads are shown before their streams. Because here's the thing, if I could choose which streams or which ads could go in front of streams, that would be lovely. It would be difficult, I understand, because advertisers pay for a certain time slot, so you'd have to choose your ads every time, and that could be really tedious. But I would like to be able to filter out, like, gambling, AI, or just generally any scams. Like, I will watch as many Old Spice ads as I want, because, I don't know, it's deodorant, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah. If you could choose ads, what would you prefer? Of the ads that I have seen, I would probably prefer gaming ads, like ones for games, as well as like deodorant's fine. Hair products are usually fine. I guess clothing brands, furniture ads, like IKEA's fine. Food ads are fine. Like the generally those ones are all right. I can't really think of reasons to object to those. I think ads are based on who's watching the stream. Oh, okay. So as long as I can choose to no longer force people to watch the same ED treatment ad over and over again, then it's good. I did not know there were ED treatment ads. Huh. Soft light. Hmm. The ED treatment ads are so weird. I feel like ads are just trying to be weird to catch your attention nowadays, and it's weirdly like making them more annoying. I don't know how to describe it fully, but it's just like the randomness factor doesn't work when you're trying to advertise a product. It works when there's like random meme videos, but when you're trying to advertise something, it's not random, you know? If your video has a point, it's not random. That's not bad, but don't try to sell a product with random advertisement. Love this pose? Thanks. It's not my pose. It is based on this meme. It is a very good pose. I think I want to have a bit more shade here. Underneath the butt. Give me more French and Spanish ads. I like those ones. Interesting. I don't really know what French or Spanish ads are like. A lot of ad personalization is what one is said or spoken aloud, so if you don't talk about it, you won't get it. Everything is listening. This song sounds so familiar. Yeah, this one is from the Hades soundtrack. It's Chaos's theme. Short shorts and sports bras, a dangerous combination. It's a good one. It's a pretty nice combination. All right, let's do the highlights. Creates a tangent there. So. There we go. That's nice. I want to do a little bit more shade on the hair. I feel like it's lacking in the hair area. Here we go. That's looking pretty good. Let's see. Gonna smooth out this one a little bit. The hair do be hairing. It do be hairing. All right, now let's do the line art for the title. Calligraphy. Good. Some good so far. Thank you. How to kiss fishmen now in French. All right, now time to put it on the book. A little bigger. Just fishmen? Just fishmen for this one. Now, will it be too small? It might be too small. You know what I might do instead? I might format it like this book cover and make this the title of the book. What if I do that? That way I can definitely put the title in there. Parlez-vous François? François. Oh, little stretch. Keep it small, make the viewer work for it. But what if I want them to read it? What if I want them to know I'm into the fishman? How will the fishman know if I don't make it obvious? Also, people, thanks for the ear wiggle. I can't remember if I've done that. Crackers in bed. Think of the crumbs. Or you can make it a speech bubble coming from you. Oh, true. Let's see. Let me. Alright, turn this off. Turn this off. Turn off that layer. Let's see. We'll put it like this. And we'll make a little background layer. Nope, undo that. Rectangle, screen selection. There we go. Just make it gray for now. Pose came out nicely. Thank you. Ooh. I just gotta draw a bed underneath her. Let's do a rough background. We'll do a little rough background and then we can call it a stream because I can feel myself getting hungry. I'll have to go, but I'll leave you with this. When you're born, what language do you think in? That's a great question. I guess you'd have to ask a deaf person. My nose wants to sneeze, but it's not coming out. What? I asked my dad and he called me a muppet for it because he thinks normally this is the same man who thought hammers were and mallets were the same. Is there a difference? Because I don't actually know. Are mallets just like sledgehammers? La lutine miel. Elle parle français? Oui, elle parle français. Oui, je parle français. C'est pas ma première langue, c'est ma deuxième. C'est ma langue secondaire. I mostly know like very literal speech French. I don't know a lot of idioms. Oh, Shim, thanks for the hydrate. Mallets are soft? Are mallets soft? Trying to think of how to do the background. We can just rough it out. So the background has like this big bed frame. It's got to be higher. Gotta have the pillow behind. Just chilling, eating crackers in bed. I will absolutely draw the little crumblies because eating crackers in bed is a crumbly affair. You're not drawing the snacks? I will be drawing the snacks. I just gotta figure out how to separate this. There we go. There we go. We'll draw the box in a second. We're just doing the rough background right now. It's like a pattern behind. I don't know what this is called. My brain says gambeson, but that's not correct. It's like a cushion sort of frame. Something like that. A quilted pattern? Quilting? School art style so pretty. I love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Then we got the actual blankets. Is that like a missing part of the page? Oh no, it's just, oh, okay, I see. I see how that was drawn. Hmm. A little bit of the bed contouring around the body. That's the blanket. Add a little cushion. There we go. This looks cute. I like the background actually. Also, Tommy Roy, thank you for the resub. Happy 23 months. Hello, hi everyone. Did I walk in at a bad time? Not at all. I'm actually just wrapping up the rough here's before I go grab lunch. Show Fishman Docky. I could absolutely put little fishman plushes around here or something. What if I put, whoop, get big again. So cute. Thank you. What if I put little, oh, this would be so much more work to draw, but it could be cute to have little Abe plushies just like sitting around the bed. Could be cute. Hmm. I don't know if a docky would fit on the cover, but a little cute plushie might be a bit more doable. All my homies love Abe. We love Abe. We love a sensitive little guy. Also, hello, Kira Wolf. Ugh. Alrighty. That looks pretty good. Whew. Oh, little stretch. Hold an Abe plush in the open space of your arm. Ooh. Oh, that could be cute, actually. One sec. Either one here or one around here. Something like this. Little Abe plushie. It could be extremely cute. You ever heard of Skindred? No, I haven't. It's coming out so cute. Yeah, it's coming out adorable. I like this one so far. It's coming out real nice. How to Kiss Fishman, now in French. I think I could absolutely make this a little cover. Could be cute. Ugh. I feel like I would be able to engage in a thoroughly satisfying philosophical discussion about the nature of existence with Abe Sapien. I feel like he would show you all his books about monsters and poetry, and it would be very cute. Have one lying on her butt since the butt is covered in the original. That's true. That's a lot of Abe's to draw, though. Alternate title, Shape of Water, novelized. True. Let me look up what an Abe plush looks like. Ooh, that's cute, actually. Okay. Okay. That's actually pretty adorable. Sorry, watching Gabi and Gay Panic. Gabi's in Gay Panic? Is she now? Well, we are just about wrapping up stream. Let me see what Gabi's up to, because I have no idea what she's up to right now. Oh, I see. Gabi's Is that what Gabi's having Gay Panic over? Oh, you know what? You know what? Let's go say hi. Let's go say hi to Gabi. There we go. She's playing Date Everything. Interesting. Okay. Draw me like one of your French gobs. Could be funny. It's a racing game, so I was already flooring it, but I floor harder. Underground 2? She sure is. Yeah, let's see what Gabi's up to. So Gabi is a high energy VTuber. I rigged Gabi's model. So it has a lot of really good motion in it, as well as Gabi. Gabi's pronouns are she, they. If I'm not, yeah, she, they. And what else about Gabi? Very high energy, very fun. I think you'll have a good time over there. Different vibe, but that's all right. That's fun. Draw me like one of your French gobs. I think that's a good raid message. I think that's a good one. Oh, a little stretch. I'm excited to keep drawing this off stream because it's almost done pretty much. I just have to do the background, and I think that's gonna be nice. Just like date everything. A streamer I watched last night lose their shit some options. Gabi's a skilled and lovely high energy goblin. Show her some love. Yeah. The one I suggested was to tease Gabi. Bed woman make Gabi a we want to be respectful. I don't want to start something in Gabi's, but draw me like one of your French gobs, I think works pretty well. I think that works good. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming Monday at 3 p.m. PST or 6 p.m. EST, depending on your time zone. We're either going to be playing Dark Souls 2 or doing more art. It'll be fun. I'm in a Dark Souls 2 mood, but we'll see how it goes. Y'all take it easy. I'm going to grab some lunch. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see y'all very, very soon. Have fun. Thank you for coming today. Bye-bye. And Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. You take it easy.